I get my family involved in elder law planning?
For each family, it's going to be a little bit different about what family and who should be involved. Generally, I believe that most family controversies can be resolved by good communication. As an elder law attorney, I think it's really important that family is involved. For most people, they may not get them involved at the very first step, at the very first appointment. They may come to that appointment themselves, find out what's involved, and move forward. And once they have a plan in place, they will end up sharing that with their children to make sure that everybody's on board and understand what protections out there, what's been done to plan ahead. For others, particularly those that may be widowed, they may want to bring an adult child who they believe is a good decision maker. They believe that that's the child that will help them, or all of their children, to the appointment. When I'm in a first appointment with my clients, I often say to them, who should be your health care or financial power of attorney? And the answer to me is always simple. The answer is, if you were in a car accident tomorrow, who would drop everything and come to the hospital? If you were in a car accident tomorrow and you couldn't pay your own bills, who would drop their life and actually help you do that? Those are really important decisions. And those kids should be, if they are kids or friends, family, whoever they are, they should be involved in this process. So I think it's really important that family is involved. There could be situations that are a little bit delicate. Maybe some family members are going to be disappointed about the decisions that you're making. In those circumstances, I wouldn't get them involved from the beginning, but actually come to our office, talk about what your concerns are and how we want to achieve it, and come up with a plan. And then decide to talk to those family members and make sure that they're on board and that they understand. I can tell you that really good communication is so important to prevent problems down the road. We don't want to be down the road and somebody having a stroke and the family sitting in ICU and in the waiting room, and all of a sudden for the first time, family members find out who's the healthcare power of attorney or what you wanted. That does not breed a good situation at all. And often the children are not in a really good situation to cope at that point in time, and so they're not going to be able to get it together and be all on the same page. But if we plan ahead, if we tell people what we want ahead of time, allow people to think about that, often the planning can work out very well. This is also true if you have a child with special needs. Lots of times people come in my office and I'll say to them, maybe they have an adult child who's living at home who in some ways is still dependent. I'll say to them, what's going to happen if you pass away? And sometimes they'll say, oh, well, they're going to go live with their older sister. My next question always is, have you asked that older sister? Because if you haven't, that's something that we need to do, because otherwise our plan's not good, because we don't know if it's possible. So I think family is a really important part of the process. For some people, they're going to want to have them there from the very beginning. For others, there might be things that we need to talk about ahead of time. But if you feel comfortable once the plan's in place, I would urge people to take a second shot at it and communicate that plan, the decisions that have been made to family. One of the nice things about technology is that we're able to have people on phones or by Skype or by GoToMeeting where we can send them the plan, and even if they live in California, we can have them be part of the process so that they know what's going on. And I truly think that that is really important when we are planning ahead and getting the family on board. I really think it can prevent a lot of problems down the road.